Do you ever feel a little nervous about updating a plugin or theme in your WordPress website? You're not alone. Even small updates can cause big problems if something goes wrong. That's why WP Engine created Smart Plugin Manager, or SPM for short. SPM takes the stress out of updates by doing the work for you. It automatically updates your plugins and themes, then it checks your website afterwards to make sure everything still looks right and rolls things back if it finds a problem. But what if you want to test those updates before they reach your live website? That's exactly what the Test Updates on Staging feature is for. When enabled, SPM will check for successful updates in the staging environment first. That way, you can catch and fix problems early before they ever reach your live website. This feature is a great option if you have a busy or complex website. For example, you might want to use it if you run an online store or a membership site. Or if you're a developer who needs more control over updates. Or maybe you have a team of people working on your website and you want to approve changes before they go live. But if your website is simple, like a blog or small business site, you probably don't need to use this feature. The regular Smart Plugin Manager process should be more than enough to keep your website up to date and secure without any extra steps. Test updates on staging checks for new plugin and theme versions on a copy of your website, or in other words, a staging environment, before anything happens on your live website. If the versions on staging are newer, SPM will take care of updating your live website to match the next time updates are scheduled to run. If there aren't any newer versions on staging, SPM will leave your live website just the way it is. Updates are only applied to the live website when SPM finds a newer plugin or theme version in the staging environment. If staging is missing a plugin entirely or still has the same version, SPM will skip the update. Let's walk through how to turn on Test Updates on Staging in Smart Plugin Manager. If this is your first time setting up SPM, go to the Products page and click Smart Plugin Manager. If you don't see it listed here in the Manage Your Products section, that means you need to purchase a license first. Go ahead and do that and then come back here to continue. On the next screen, click Select Environments. Now check the box next to the environment you want to protect. For most people, that'll be your production or public website. But you can pick any environment that makes sense for you. Then click Activate SPM. Next, you'll see a pop-up with your current SPM settings. Click Edit Settings to continue. If you've already activated an SPM license for your environment, you can get to this screen by going to Products and clicking Smart Plugin Manager. Then open the three-dot menu and select Edit Settings. Now scroll down to the Test Updates on Staging section and check the box to turn it on. Next, pick your source environment. That's the version of your website where you want the test to happen. You can choose any type of environment here, staging, development, or even production, depending on how your workflow is set up. But basically, this should be an environment that your audience doesn't have access to. That way, if an update breaks the website, nobody will know, and you can fix it before the update is applied to your live website. Finally, click Save Changes. Before we move on, there's one more really important thing to know. In order for this feature to work, both environments need to match exactly. That means the source and target environments, for example, staging and production, must be running the same setup. Here's what needs to match. The same plugins need to be installed and active on both environments. Likewise, the same themes need to be installed and active on both environments. Both environments must be running the same PHP version, and both environments must be on the same WordPress version, including major and minor versions. Here's an example of matching WordPress versions. Source 6.6.1 and Target 6.6.2. And here's an example of mismatched versions. Source 6.6.1 and Target 6.7.1. When everything matches in both environments, SPM knows it's safe to apply updates to your live website. If the environments don't match, SPM won't apply any updates to the live website. It will simply stop and let you know there's a mismatch. Let me show you what that looks like. Here, it's telling me that the Advanced Custom Fields plugin is active on my target environment, but not in my source environment. To fix it, I'll install and activate the plugin in staging, then come back here and save the settings again. Once everything matches, SPM will be able to run updates safely. Now, once you've enabled test updates on staging, your source environment needs to stay updated. That's how SPM knows whether an update is safe to apply to your live website. You have two options for this. First, you can let SPM handle updates automatically. To do this, you can purchase a separate SPM license for your staging environment and set it to run updates on a different schedule than your live website. For example, if your live website updates on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, you might schedule staging updates on Tuesday and Thursday. This prevents updates from running at the same time and gives you a chance to catch issues before they reach your live website. Second, you can handle updates manually. For this option, you can update your staging environment yourself. SPM doesn't need to be involved. As long as your plugins and themes are up to date in staging before the next scheduled update on production, SPM will detect those updates and apply them safely to your live website. So, if you've enabled updates to run in staging first, and both environments match, Smart Plugin Manager will only apply those updates to your live website after they've been tested and passed. And that's it! This is a safer way to update your website, with less risk and more control. If you have any questions or need additional assistance, check out our support center at my.wpengine.com/support. This is where you can search our help documentation using conversational search and find other helpful resources like Willa, our support concierge, who's on standby to answer your questions. You can also reach out to our friendly support team. We're always here and ready to help.